Welcome to Dusty Thunder Network and Marinette, Wisconsin, where the Superior Icebreakers are taking on the Wisconsin Selects. Icebreakers are in a powder blue and white striped jersey with matching socks. Selects wearing the red with white stripe. As we get ready for game time here, 17 minutes up on the clock. Girls coming back from Brookings, South Dakota, all ready to go as the cheer is given. Looks like we're going to go with Andert, Sierra Andert, net today. Glass has a bit of a tint. There's a little color difference. We'll get that squared away over time. Coming out for the Selects, it's going to be Marley Larson, Rowan Smith, and Dana Jacobson on the front side. Sophia Johnson, Annika Olinsky, on the back. As we get ready for face-off. Jacobson squares in, wins it back to Johnson. Johnson to Olinsky. Olinsky tries to move it up the boards. It's to Jacobson, now to Smith, left side. Smith going to bring that over the line, taking a look. Tries to leave it there for Jacobson, or Larson rather, just missed it. 4 and 9, that's going to be a tough call all day. I'll get on my game. Here's Larson behind the net. Right to Smith, shot, off escape, doesn't get in the net. Nice little play there from Larson to Smith. Almost put it in the back. Smith and Larson from behind the net. Smith getting put up on the boards, comes to Jacobson, far side. She's going to get it out to the point. Olinsky over to Johnson. Good pass. Johnson shot on. Glove saved by the Icebreaker goaltender. Fantastic shift to start the game here for the Selects, putting pressure on. Couple opportunities. 16:21 left in the first. Burned 40 seconds off. Wholesale change. Brought to you by Costco. Just kidding. Could really go for a slice of za right now, though. Reese Duncan, left side. Colby Springer. Centering Abby Elliott. That's going to be Kayla Doggs and Lila Reed on the backside as that gets all the way into the zone behind the net. Duncan's hard on the forecheck, does a good job. As that's going to come out to Doggs. Doggs taking a look, shot on. Good save by the goaltender there. Nice hard shot from Doggs. It's in front, going to come out to the point. Lila Reed steps in, holds the zone. Breaker's trying to leave the zone on the half boards. They have it left side. They try to bank it, can't get it out, and that's going to go deep. Chases on. Doggs stays on the ice. She goes after the forecheck. Breakers finally coming out of their own end for the first time and pushed right back by the Selects. They put it deep. Breakers are going to get there first. They try to move it around. It's going to be picked up far side just off her stick. Katzman's got to pick it up neutral. Tries to set it over to Rogers. Misses that connection. Comes up and behind Andert. Andert lets it go. Rogers picks it up. Tries to center outlet. Bailey Shue and Izzy Johnson collide in center ice. They look okay. Breakers try to enter the zone. Casper picks it up. She circles around, rims it all the way around. Kivel's over here as well. Kivel trying to get it. Breakers take a shot. Andert with the glove save. 15:06 left in the first. Eleanor Adams coming out with Jacobson and Smith. So it looks like there might be 4 wingers on the right side, 3 on the left. Adams trying to chip that up to Smith. Had the idea, just couldn't get a stick on it. Nice idea. Battle ensues outside the blue. Can't get it out of zone. Finally, Jacobson able to get it out. She's got it. She's going to try to move that up right side. She's able to. Comes over the zone. Adams fouls that up. Smith's in there too. Adams gets it. Little nifty stick work by Adams. Shot on. Smith was in front. Couldn't get a stick on it. Jacobson picks it up. Tries for a centering pass to Adams. Smith moves it back to Jacobson in the corner. Now back to Smith center. Smith loses it in the feet. Couldn't get it centered to Adams there. Good step by Sophia Johnson. Holds the zone, but second attempt is out. Picked up. Olinsky far side to Adams. Just missed on that entry pass. Adams able to get a shin pad on that. Breaker's second attempt comes out of the zone. They move it up left side. They're going to put that deep. Chases on. Sophia Johnson back there does a good job. Cuts it off, picks it up in the corner, and tries to exit on the right side. Sophia Johnson fouls that up. Adams dumps it down the ice. Should be an ice as it didn't hit anything. No, they're waving it off, saying it was playable by the Breakers. Not 100% sure why that was waved off. In the favor of the Selects, certainly. Sophia Johnson backhands one indirect off the boards. Breakers pick it up. They send that deep. Andert leaving it back there for Olinsky. Olinsky D to D to Sophia Johnson. Johnson right side. She's going to try to put an indirect off the boards to Larson and just misses. Comes up. Reese Duncan has it. She comes up center. Gets it poked away. Second attempt for Duncan. She gets it deep. Just misses Larson streaking down the far left side as Larson's going to get a hold of it, try to rim it around, hits a skate. Gets back in the Breakers' end. They try to move it off on an indirect. Bailey Shue picks it up, cycles around. Duncan releases from that side as she gets the puck behind the net, loses it on the half boards, comes all the way up to Dogs. Dogs has it. She's going to hold the zone, hits her own teammate, puts a soft one on net for a save by the Breakers. 13:02 left here in the first. Knotted at 0. Duncan, Shue, and Elliott on the front end. Dogs and Reed on the back. Face-off is going to be to the right side of the Breakers goaltender. Face-off, one back. Dogs has it. Sends it deep into the corner. Hits a skate, comes out. Breakers are trying to break out. What a step there by Dogs. Holds the zone, loses her edge. She's able to get that back to her D partner, Reed. Moves the far side to Elliott. Elliott puts that deep in the zone. Chases on. All the way around, rims around to the other corner. That's going to be picked up by Bailey Shue. Makes a move, comes in front. Centering pass, there's Reed with a shot. Good pad save there by the Icebreaker goaltender. 12:35, comes back to Dogs. Dogs back down to the half boards to Shue. Shue sends it all the way around. Elliott's going to pick that up far side. Elliott trying to make a move up to the half boards to Reed. Reed steps in from the point possession. Elliott puts it on net on a backhand. Breakers are able to leave the zone. They catch the Selects at a bit of a line change. Nice hustle here by Jacobson. Just gets on the horse and steals the puck. She's going to circle. She's got space. She's got Kibble on the left. And Izzy Johnson follows that up. Gets it back to Jacobson in the corner. Lost on a skate. Back to Johnson. Shot on. Good save by the Breakers. Comes all the way back. It's Katzma. She's going to put it off the glass and put it deep. That's flicked up and out by the Breakers. Nice touch by the Breakers as that's going to be sitting right in the back end of the Select zone. Katzma comes around the net, centering pass there to Jacobson for a center outlet. Misses it. Rogers fouls it up from the defensive position. Kicks it forward, loses it in the neutral zone. Regroup ensues for the Selects. From their own blue line, up to Izzy Johnson to the red line. Johnson tries to put it deep, stopped by the Breakers. Turned around the other way. It's Katzma. Katzma moves it over right side to Springer. Springer dumps it in, hits a shin pad of a Breaker. Second attempt's going to go deep. Breakers hustling over to the corner. There's Smith on the forecheck. Breakers able to get that past Rogers. It skates on, and they're going to sandwich the Breaker player as she gets put to the ice. No call. Comes up far side. It's Smith. Smith to Springer. Springer coming through center. Tries to put an indirect off the boards. It's missed. Smith steps in front of that. Pokes it once, twice. Just misses Adams darting through as that comes the other way. Springer tries to backhand that off. Oh, look out. They caught the Breakers on a hard forecheck as Springer puts that in the zone on a hard dump. Smith hard on the forecheck, able to get there, moves it up on the half boards. A Breaker waiting for it. Smith holds her defender on the boards. Adams comes in to help. Johnson staying high on that pile as the Breakers are going to get that circle around the net. Try to come off the side. Smith steps in, backhands it, hits a shin pad, and that is put deep by Olinsky. Olinsky lets that one go. It's going to rim all the way around. Bailey Shue, nice job. Fresh legs on the ice. Able to get to that forecheck quick. Picked up. Duncan. Good lead there from Shue. Duncan still has it. She's going to come center. Oh, she was looking for Larson. Moving center there and just missed her. Regroup for the Selects. Comes back to Johnson. Now up to Duncan. Duncan puts a hard one up and off the boards all the way around. Bailey Shue trying to stop that on the half boards. Just missed it. Breakers left side. Good defensive play there. That was Olinsky. Able to get a stick on that. Olinsky has it. Moves it off as an indirect pass. Just misses there as Duncan. Also Springer, rather Larson. Marley Larson, here she is, trying to come center. Has it in her feet. Loses it. Just sitting there. That puck was wet or something was sticking. Look out. Breakers with speed. They're coming up. They're going to move right side. Good defensive play. Sophia Johnson rides her down into the corner. Way to use the body there, Sophia Johnson. Excellent play. That's going to be up to Duncan. Duncan has it, moves it center. It's Jacobson with speed. Jacobson trying to come center. Oh, we got a penalty coming up on the breakers. Looks like a hook. Jacobson was moving around and a stick got caught in the armpit, leading to a power play for the Selects. First special teams play of the game. As got a wireless mic on today versus the headset. Allows you to hear the music in the background. Maybe a couple unneeded comments from the crowd as well. Jacobson's going to center Kivel and Elliott. Faceoff comes back. Kivel's got it. She's going to move it over to Reed. Reed has it. Backside shot on. Good. Glove save there by the goaltender. Comes to the side. Breaker's trying to leave the zone. Dogs is going to pinch heavy. What a pinch by Dogs. Holds the zone over there. Then gets it back to Elliott. Elliott puts it deep. It's Jacobson behind, trying to win that battle. Elliott's going to step into the corner, and they're going to try to move to a cycle. Elliott behind the net. She's going to survey. Take a look. Far side. Flanker to Kivel. Top of parachute. Shot on by Reed. Hits the shin pad. Second shot by Reed. On and goes just wide of the net. Elliott's going to get there. She's going to move it back to the point. Here's Dogs. She has it. Top of parachute. Moves right flanker side. It's Elliott. Shot on from Elliott. Good save, Breakers goaltender for a whistle. 1:16 left on the power play. 8:20 left in the first. Knotted at 0 here. Smith's coming out with Izzy Johnson. Kobe Springer. Backside's going to be Rogers and Katzma. We got a equipment issue for the Breakers goaltender. Looks like the bottom strap of her skate, or her skate plate came off. She was dumped over in the bench there because her skate couldn't move. Backup goaltender or second goaltender going to pop in. A little cold here. Interesting scenario. Backup goaltender coming in. Face off coming up to her left side as Kobe Springer is going to take that. Comes back. It's Johnson. She slows it down, cycles it deep. Goes all the way to the corner. Springer is not able to get there, but Smith is. Smith has that. She's going to come around. Flank side. Nice pass out to Katzma. Now over to the right flank. Johnson has that shot on. Glove saved by the goaltender. Good puck movement there from the Selects. Good save from a cold goaltender. The other goaltender is still sitting down there. I'm not sure what the situation is on that equipment. No one seems to be helping her. Either way, face-off coming left side. Face-off is one, squirts back behind the net. Johnson's there in a hurry. Springer's backing her up. Johnson leaves the back end, moves it up to the top of the parachute. It's Katzma. Katzma has it, top of parachute. She's going to come in, shot on. It's in front, Smith. Oh, misses wide left and hits the post. Smith with a heck of a rebound opportunity there. Katzma wasn't going to take the shot, but they just kept leaving her alone. Here's Rogers all alone. Shot on, gets a skate in front, and she's able to stop that rebound from getting out. That's behind the net. It's Springer. Springer has it, tries to move to Smith. Johnson picks it up in front. It's still in front. A shot and a goal. Able to put that in as Springer on the second attempt. I was just switching cameras to get a better view, and we just missed it. All kinds of people in front here. Springer at the end, you can see her wrap that in, tuck it in, and puts it in far left side. 1-0 Selects. Power play goal for the Selects. They were knocking on the door for a while there. Finally able to crack it open. 7:26 left in the first. 1-0 Selects. Making sure Sierra Andert's awake down here. Try to get her celebrating next time if I can. As we get a full change here, Sophia Johnson, Olinsky back on D. They go D to D. It's Duncan with Shu and Adams on the front side. Adams able to get in the zone. Shu on the forecheck. Leaves it for Adams. Adams has a middle. Just loses the handle at the last minute. And that's going to come back for a reset. There's Johnson. Sophia, she puts that deep into the zone. Chases on. Shu first. Shu couldn't get there. Picked up by Duncan. Right in front, it's Eleanor Adams, and she was getting fancy with the hands there. Almost puts it in. Nice little play there. Shu on the forecheck. On the half boards, they're going to battle. Comes all the way back. Sophia Johnson shot on. It's in front. It was tipped. Duncan able to get to the rebound. Loses the handle in the middle of the ice, and that gets out of the zone. Olinsky's chasing. Olinsky, top of circle, regroup, starts it with Johnson. Johnson goes far side. It's going to be too many men. Should have been too many men there. Crowd was yelling for it on the icebreaker side. Eleanor Adams was trying to get off the ice and blew a tire. They let it play on. It had no bearing on the play. I'm okay with the no call. Comes all the way around, wraps it. It's going to be Lila Reed stepping in from the point, tries to get it to Kibble. Comes all the way back to Dogs on the left side. Dog gets that, puts it deep, chases on. So that comes all the way around the icebreaker. Nat Jacobson, great hustle on the forecheck. She's there in the corner. She has it. She's going to walk out middle, tries to feed Kibble. Kibble was waiting for it, just missed it. As that comes all the way down to the Slex end. Just missed icing by about a foot. Reed picks that up, tries to exit. That's going to be Marley Larson, gets it up. Jacobson with the stick lift. Nice job. Jacobson trying to put that on net, and it gets there with a glove save from the icebreaker goaltender. 5:34 left. That other goaltender is still laying down on the bench. I'm really confused. Two people helping. It does look to be a pad issue. Nothing a roll of duct tape couldn't fix. Maybe some chewing gum. Smith on the left side. Colby Springer at center. Comes back. It's Izzy Johnson. Sorry, Abby Elliott, rather, on the right side. Abby tries to get a stick in the way. It's deflected up and out of the zone. Picked up here by Dogs. Dogs has it. She's looking for Smith. Smith lets it go up to Springer as the Breakers are able to interfere with that. Here comes Reed. Good move in the middle by Reed. It's picked up by Smith. Put in the zone. And that's going to be an ice if it reaches. It's going to reach. That was a close one. Dogs loses the stick on the way in. Smith, Elliott, Springer on the front side. Rogers and Katzma on the back sides. Face off coming up left side of the Breakers goaltender. Kobe's going to square in here. Center out. Abby Elliott takes the place. Elliott off the faceoff, pushes forward. Breakers looking for a move. Katzma, nice job here on the blue line. She puts it far side, picked up on the indirect by Smith. Smith deep to Springer. Springer to the middle. What a play. Abby Elliott couldn't put it home as it kind of hit her stick weird. Tic-tac-toe from the Selects. Excellent play. Smith the Springer to Elliott. Breakers were busy watching. Goaltender comes back out. She's got her all figured out. Again, I think it was a strap issue. She comes back in. Face-off one comes to the Select. Springer puts it back to the point. It's going to be Katzma. Katzma shot onto the middle, hits a skate of an icebreaker, and they're coming the other way. Icebreakers have it. They're going to move up center, and they put it left side. Sorry on the camera switch, folks. Ooh, dangerous shot there is deflected wide. As that gets put all the way around, Elliott's got to win the race to the corner. Whole slew of players in the corner there. It's picked up. It's Katzma. She rims it around to Smith's side. Smith can't win the race to the half boards. Rogers picks it up. Rogers reverses out of it. Far side to Elliott. Elliott's trying to kick that forward. Can't quite do it. Picked up. It's Katzma. She's going to rim it over to Rogers. D to D. Rogers has it. She's looking up ice. She's going to go indirect to Smith. Smith picks that up. Left edge. Trying to feed Marley Larson there. Just missed. Little miscommunication. Smith kind of put that hot. Izzy Johnson comes out along with a whole slew of others. Izzy Johnson, Reese Duncan, Bailey Shue on the front side, Olinsky and Johnson on the back side. On the half boards, Duncan able to put it indirect off the boards. Izzy Johnson with speed just missed that feed from Duncan. Breakers put that in. It's deflected on the way in. Icing negated. Picked up by Olinsky behind the net. She's going to go indirect off the glass. That thing was coming hot. Somehow gets on Duncan's stick. I think she was as surprised as I was. Ooh, girl down. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty called there. Looks like we're going to go on a kill. Johnson got caught with a stick reaching in there. A little unlucky as the stick got underneath. Sorry, Bailey Shue, not Johnson. My fault, Izzy. Bailey Shue getting called for the trip. Jacobson and Smith pop on for the penalty kill. Backside is going to be Dogs with Reed. Sirander getting ready. This is going to be to her right side. as she's lined in there. Face-off goes all the way out the zone. Nice face-off there by the Selects. Jacobson hard on that forecheck. Far side, nice step there. That was Reed. She picks off that puck and she goes in. Smith is hard on the forecheck. Smith wins that easily to the back of the zone. Smith's got it in the feet. She's going to hold it. She takes a heavy hit there. She gets right back up. Doesn't look worse for the wear. Smith tries to move it, loses it on the handle. Breakers are able to get that. Chase is on. Nice job by Jacobson making up a ton of ground as Smith is back in the play now as well. Reed leaves it for Dogs. Dogs tries to bump it around. That's going to come right there, back door. Smith, nice job, gets a stick on that back door. Doesn't allow the shot to come off. Jacobson moves center. That shot is deflected. Shot on by the Icebreakers, goes up and over the net. 1:11 left here on the power play. Good stick by Dogs. She's able to stick that out of harm's way. 1:06 left. Two fresh legs coming on the forward side for the Selects. It's going to be Kivel and Johnson. 55 seconds left on the power play. Dogs has it, takes a hit in the corner. She loses I think she lost the skate blade maybe. I don't know. She went down hard. Let's see if she lost the skate blade or if she's okay. She's okay. Just went down awkwardly. A whole slew of players into the corner here. 3 Breakers and 2 Selects. Breakers come out with it. They leave it for a point shot on. That goes well wide. Comes all the way around to the half boards. And that's picked up. It's going to be Olinsky. Olinsky trying to fire it once, twice, 3 times. Finally gets out of the zone. 22 seconds left here on the power play for the Breakers. Breakers right side. Leave it center. Nice job by Reed. Steps into it. And she puts it down the ice. She goes over the stick of a Breaker and all the way back. Good break there, if you will, from the Selects. Breakers trying to move out. Rogers can't get to it, but that's going to do it here on the power play. We are even strength. It's a kill for the Selects. Rogers, center outlet, going to be picked up. Oh, just rolls over Kivel's stick in the center. Breakers able to turn that the other way. Shot on. Andert puts that aside. Comes to the corner. Eleanor Adams picks it up. She's got a streaker on the far side, but makes a move instead on the right. Kivel's going to hold her ground. Oh, offsides by Kivel. Eleanor, one extra move on the right side. Looked like Kivel dragged the leg there, to be honest with you. Morgan, I'm on your side. I think that was itchy trigger finger on the whistle. Either way, 51 seconds left in the first. Selects up 1-0 as Bailey Shue's going to step in with Duncan on the left. Right side is Eleanor Adams. Adams, nice poke check there. She moves around. She's going to look for a centering pass. Loses the handle for a second. Nice hands there by Eleanor. Makes a move. Tries to move it center. Bailey Shue steps in. Breakers are able to leave left side. Streaking up left side. Come around Katzma as they try to feed it center. Nice job by Rogers covering a streaking Breaker to the net as that comes all the way to the half boards. 25 seconds left. Into the corner. Katzma and Shue battling well in the corner. Katzma comes away with it indirect off the boards. Tries to hit a streaking Duncan. That's going to be shot on. Andert puts it in the corner. 10 seconds left. Indirect to Duncan. Duncan has it. She's going to try to exit the zone. Good step by the Breakers as they hold it. Comes all the way back to Rogers. Rogers has it right side, and that's going to do it for period 1. 1-0 Selects. Oh, apparently can't spell first either. Selects first of 2 games today, first of 4 games on the weekend. 2 here against the Icebreakers and Marinette. Then we're off to Waupun for a 2-game set against the Glenview Stars. Certainly getting our miles in, depending on where home is for you. Quick 3-minute intermission here as coaches are going to give instruction. Looks like a beautiful day outside. As it's a great weekend for hockey. Coach is giving heavy instruction, a lot of finger pointing. Selects have controlled the pace of the game. Got into a couple problems there with the penalty Heavy zone work there by the Breakers at that point, which is to be expected down a man. Otherwise, they've had full control of it. Need to start putting some in the back of the net. No shortage of opportunities. Icebreakers has a full crowd here on the left side of me. Lots of folks in attendance. Selects a little smaller in size. Nice arena here in Marinette. There's an ice rink. There's a couple tennis courts and a grass field on the far side. A little craft fair going on today as well at the rec center in Marinette. Concession stand is full. Smell the popcorn from here. Final instructions given as we got 45 seconds left here in the intermission. Selects up 1-0 on a goal from Colby Springer. On the second goaltender, mind you, I kind of forgot about that as the starting goaltender was having an equipment issue. Let's see if Selects can put a little more pressure on here in the second and third. I think I heard from someone there was an ice cut coming. I think it's after the second period. So we'll get a 20-minute intermission as they cut the ice here, most likely after the second. Final instructions here as the clock ticks down to 0. And we'll get this second period underway. Final instruction here. Icebreakers pick their players here as the Selects are going to continue to take as much time as they want. Well, they always like to stretch it a little bit there. And they're headed back to her net, getting things squared away for Sierra here. 17 minutes up on the clock. Sierra taps the post a few times, gets centered. Coming back out here for the chess pieces of Selects, it's going to be Jacobson and Larson and Smith. Backside will be Johnson and Olinsky. That's picked up. It's Larson, right side. Tries to go all the way over to Smith, a little far in front of her. Johnson, nice step from the point. Loses an edge there. She dumps it in. That's going to come back to Olinsky. Olinsky, far side to Jacobson, right side. Jacobson has it, going to move center. Taking a look, backhands at center. And nice job by the Breakers as they put that away. Breakers saw that pass coming, tried to backhand that out of the way. Jacobson picks that up. She has it. Far side. Smith releases net side. So does Larson. Comes all the way up. Smith and Larson battling in the corner. Smith has it in the foot. She kicks it forward. She has it. Looking for Springer. She's behind the net. Oh, she tries to put it between the 5-hole. Comes right in front of Jacobson. And nice save there by the Icebreaker goaltender. Smith, Larson, Springer causing all kinds of problems deep into the Select zone. Smith came around the net there, tried to backhand one, hit a skate, finally popped out to Jacobson, puts it into goaltender's chest for a save. 16:10 left here in the second. Springer is going to come out. She's got Elliott on the right, Duncan on the left. Reed and Dogs on the backside. That comes out to Dogs. Dogs has it. She goes far flank side. Shot on by Duncan. Just misses wide. Comes all the way around to the half boards. Elliott's got it now in the corner. Elliott trying to move it forward. As the Breakers look for a center outlet, that's picked up. It's Duncan. Duncan, silky mitts in the middle there. Just loses the handle, though, on the half boards. It's come all the way back. Dogs with a good skate. Dogs able to get there first. Nice job, Kayla. 2 Breakers go down as that shot is off target by the Breakers. Duncan trying to leave the zone. Hits a Breaker on the way out. Breakers pick that up, come up the sideboards as Duncan receives it and puts it deep into the zone. Breakers are going to try to rim that around and look for an exit strategy on the half boards. Good step there by Izzy Johnson coming off the bench. Breakers able to put that deep, icing negated there. Looked like it was a step behind the red line, plus or minus a foot, looks like is what we're playing today from an icing perspective. Picked up, Springer. Back to Johnson. Johnson up to Adams. Adams steps in the middle, backhands that in. That's going to be an ice if it reaches, and it does. Face-off coming up in front of Sierra Ambert. 14:49 left here in the second. 1-0 Selects on a power play goal from Colby Springer. Johnson, Adams. Kibble on the front side. Katzman, Rogers on the back. Face-off, one back to the Breakers. They send it deep around the net of Andert. Picked up by Rogers behind the net. She moves it forward. Comes to the corner. Adams has it. She tries to exit center. She hits Kibble. Kibble's got it in the center of the ice. She's going to cut. Move. Oh, tries to go between the legs. Unlucky for Morgan. Kibble was pulling off a nice move there. Lucky stop. Here comes Adams. She's able to hold the zone along with Johnson. Adams has it. Gonna try to move it in front of Kibble. Couldn't get that pass off as that comes to the half boards. Katzma, nice job pinching by Katzma. She'll hold the zone. That goes far side. Katzma's able to put that the other way. Tries to step in front of it. Gets a stick lift. As that's finally in the zone as Larson's hard on a forecheck along with Jacobson. Comes all the way out. Breakers have it right side. They're going to enter the zone. Jacobson, great skate there by Dana. Using straight speed there just to win. Sheer speed. 13:50 left here in the second. Selects up 1-0. Puck in the corner. Battle ensues. Off the half board, it's the Breakers. They're going to come up on Ander. Good defensive play there. That was Katzma. Katzma picks a pocket. As that's a nice block there. Larson able to get a skate blade on that shot from the Breakers. Jacobson trying to move that middle to Larson. Larson picks it up, loses the handle as the puck was on edge. Breakers able to enter the zone. Stuck in a skate here on the blue line as finally picked up. It's Larson. Look out, 3-on-2 developing here for the Selects. Larson enters the zone. She's going to take it. Goes far side. Oh, what a one-time pass there. Just missed wide. Excellent read there by Larson to Bailey Shue. Breakers have it right side. They're going to move in over the zone. Good defensive play there. Sophia Johnson able to get a stick on that and stop that. As that goes deep into the zone, Springer lets it go. She's going to get on her horse, pick that up. 12:45 left here in the second. Springer up to Elliott. Elliott has it. Going to take a look. She's got Shue on the far side. Shue goes off, fresh legs on. It's Smith, Elliott, and Springer. Johnson has that in the corner. She's got 3 icebreakers on her. Elliott comes in to help. Johnson and Elliott in the corner. Puck squirts out. It's the Breakers. They're going to move over. Try a center outlet. Smith covering on D, able to hold the zone. It's Springer on the right side. Smith overtakes on forecheck. Going to chase hard. Able to get there. Oh, unlucky. Puck jumps right out to an icebreaker center ice, and they break it out. 12 minutes left here in the second. Picked up. It's Olinsky. Leaves a reverse to Smith. Smith with a pickpocket. Nobody home. She tries to put one center. A little far for her, but the race is on. Breakers are looking to play that. Smith able to cut that off. Nice skate by 6 there. Rowan Smith able to go on the forecheck. Smith has it. It's in her leg. She's getting hooked. Smith throws a stick in disgust. Quite a stick battle there. They let him play. Nice job by Adams. Holds his own. It's Smith right in the middle. Gets it to Olinsky. Olinsky has it. She's going to slow it down. Moves a backhander to Johnson. Johnson from the half boards. Loses the handle, but holds the zone. It's Johnson. Back to her sister, Sophia. Sophia looks for a regroup, top of circle. She scoots around. It's Duncan. What a play by Duncan. Leaves a soft one for Eleanor Adams. Eleanor has it. Backdoor. What a save by the goaltender. Outstanding pass. Great save there by the Breakers. Here's a shot by Olinsky. Another great save there. Good shift there by the Wisconsin Selects. Outstanding backdoor opportunity. Great save by the Breaker goaltender. She's able to move right to left for that. 11:06 left here. 1-0 Selects. Selects stacking the scoring chances on top of each other. Like to see a little finish. Couple hitting the back of the net. This is going to be Larson with Johnson and Duncan. Larson picks that up, right edge. She's going to cut center. She has it. Backhander on. Izzy Johnson with a second shot, as that's saved twice by the Breaker goaltender. Dogs gets that, puts it over on the half boards. It's Johnson, middle ice. It's Duncan. Duncan was one too many stick handles there and gets poke checked. She'd like that back. Good shot from the far point. Nice read there by Johnson getting that to Duncan. Duncan took a little too much time in the center there as the Breakers were collecting on the puck. Either way, great shift thus far by Duncan, Jacobson, and Johnson. Larson comes out. Jacobson has it. She sends it around. It's Duncan now to Larson. Larson in the far side. Larson starts a cycle to Duncan. Duncan behind the net, wins the battle, gets it out to Jacobson, over to Reed. Reed puts it deep just off the stick of Duncan. Duncan with the centering pass, hits the skate of a Breaker. Duncan has it again. She continues to work it deep into the Breaker zone. Nice job by Duncan on the boards here. That does come squared out now. Unlucky for the Selects as the Breakers move up right side. They're going to put it indirect off Reed. Reed gets in the way there, slows the progress. 10 minutes left here to play. Reed tries to reverse around, look out, comes out in front, shot on. What a save by Anders. Breakers able to get a pass there as the point had dropped in for a quick one-timer. Sierra Anders shutting the door on that opportunity. Sierra hasn't been called much back there, but she has certainly answered when needed. 9:55 left, 1-0. Springer on the draw. She's got Kivel out there along with Elliott. Kivel picks that up left side. She's going to exit the zone. Loses the handle center ice there. She was trying to settle the puck down, so it got a little choppy on her as that's moved by Elliott far side. Kivel's trying to win the race. Gets a stick on it, not enough. Breakers try to leave the zone. Good block by Elliott. Second attempt by the Breakers gets to the far side. Elliott's able to put that deep in the zone, though. Chase is on. First in is going to be Springer. Springer's got it. She sends a cycle around to Elliott. Elliott's trying to move it forward, just can't win the race. Missed that by a fraction of an inch. Rimmed around, Katzma steps in, holds his own once. Her and Rogers have a switch. Rogers goes far side. It's tipped by Kivel, and that goes deep into the zone. Breakers have it as the Selects got caught in a line change there. No harm done. 8:57 left here as that comes up. Katzma gets it, moves it center. It's going to be Johnson. Johnson to Adams. Adams loses the handle, tries to pull a string on it. Rogers steps up, plays body, able to corral the puck. Top of circles, spin move. Right in front of the Breakers bench. They got to be careful, too many men. Nice job there. Neutral zone, off the boards. Rogers has it. She goes far side. Nice job by Johnson. Calling for it. Adams able to drag a leg. Shot on by Izzy Johnson. Absolute rocket goes left. As that's going to be Adams. She has it behind the net. Taking a look. Looking for some action. Back door. What a shot there. Saved by the goaltender. As that comes to Sophia Johnson, shot on. That hits a person in front. Nice glove down there by Sophia Johnson on the back line. As that gets moved to the net, Breakers have it. Look to exit on the left side. 8 minutes left in the period. Ooh, dangerous dump-in shot there on Anders. Kind of jumped up over her stick. No harm done as it was wide of the net. That comes in front. Olinsky picks it up. Hits a skate of Johnson. Now that's moved right side to Larson. Larson all alone up here. Going to try to take that in. Comes center. Loses the handle but continues on fighting. She's got it behind the net. Smith and Johnson setting up a campsite in front. Nice cycle there as that's Jacobson. She comes around the back of the net. Hits Smith. Smith with a shot. Good glove save there. Smith from the point letting it go. Good puck movement there by the Selects. Nice save by the Breakers goaltender. 7:24 left, 1-0 Selects. Jacobson, Larson, Smith on the front. Olinsky, Johnson on the back. We're going to set it up here. As Jacobson wins that forward, Smith able to get a piece of that on the way out. Comes back to the point. Olinsky moves it just over the stick of Larson. She was trying to move a soft one. It's picked up. It's Jacobson. Jacobson has that. She's going to take a look in front, comes all the way back. It's going to be Johnson. Johnson has it to Larson. Larson tries to move center. Couldn't get enough on it. Johnson one stick on it. Smith able to get it, tries to put it deep. Puck was on edge. It was a tough one. Skating ensues as the Breakers try to move that up. Johnson picks that up. She's going to come center just over the stick of Smith. That's going to be nice. Smith was darting middle. Johnson saw her, but it goes up and over the stick. 6:45 left here in the second. 1-0 Selects. Full change here. Reed and Elliott. Sorry, Reed and Dogs on the back. Elliott, Duncan, and Springer on the front. .645. Face off one back. It's the Breakers with a shot. Duncan able to get there and gets a skate or a shin pad on it. Goes up and over, out of play. Try to get left side of Andert. Face off one back. It's the Selects. They try to move it around. Far side to Dogs. Dogs picks that up. She goes out to the boards. Elliott backhands that up to Springer. Breakers able to intercept that pass opportunity as that comes middle. Springer picks that up, backhands it to Elliott. Elliott has it. She's going to look far side. She had it. Just missed that pass to Duncan. Duncan picks it up, enters the zone, and it is stuck on the half boards, picked up by the Breakers. Breakers try to exit. Reed holds the zone. Reed shot on. Good save there by the Breakers goaltender. Nice hard low shot by Reed there. 6:09 left in the second. Face-off upcoming just outside the Icebreakers net. Springer's going to square in with Duncan on the left, Elliott on the right, Dogs and Reed back on D. Icebreakers able to take that off the face-off dot, going up the left side, hits a glove of the Select player on the bench. We'll get the face-off, same spot, right side of the Breakers goaltender. Springer's going to set in here, square up. Wins it back, hits her own skate though, unlucky. Breakers able to come out of zone with it. Nice step by Dogs to stop that opportunity. Duncan able to get a stick on it. Second attempt, dumps it into the Breaker zone. It's turned right around. Duncan able to corral that on the left side. Breakers get that. Reed has it. She moves the far side to Elliott. That's going to go all the way in. No icing there as it could have been played. Breakers able to exit and indirect that off the wall. Dogs picks that up, D to Reed. Reed has it. She'll move it up to Elliott. Should be no ice as it was on the red line. It is. Good hustle in the back here. Look out, centering pass just missed. That was Morgan Kivel. Breakers with a change there as the puck came squirting out. Oh, Reed loses it. Lucky there as Adams able to get a stick on it. Johnson with speed on the right side. She's going to come up. She has it on the half boards, pulls an e-break, loses it for Adams. Adams has it, shot on, hits a skate of a Breaker and saved by the goaltender. Johnson with speed on the right side, pulled the e-break and tried to set it up, wait for reinforcements. 4:59 left in the second, 1-0. Johnson centering Kivel and Adams. Backside, Katzman Rogers. Face off, one back. Breakers able to intercept that. They're going to leave the zone, center, move it left side. Casper puts a stick in there. Breakers try to bring it in. They're going to center that. Goes right in front of Andert all the way to the far side. Good stick there by Rogers. Johnson to Adams. Adams has it. Tries to flick it up and over. Misses the flick. Comes back. Kivel's going to pick that up. Kivel has that. Moves it center here to Johnson. Johnson's shot. Hits a pad. Goes wide. Kivel starts the cycle with Larson. Larson behind the net. Able to get a stick on that. Tries to go off the backboard, looking for a centering pass to Jacobson or Shu. Shu able to pick that up, backhands it in for a cycle to start with Larson. Larson on the forecheck. Jacobson releases net side, throws a body at it, loses an edge. It's going to be Duncan in there now. She's fighting. Larson's in there along with Duncan. Comes up on the half board. Katzman able to get a stick on it. Rogers cuts center, just misses. Jacobson, heck of a back check there. Rogers and Jacobson both with speed. Jacobson slows it down, does a nice job. Oh, there's a stretch pass. Almost hit Larson. As she picks it up, it's Larson, right side. Has it, makes a move, has it still on the far side. She puts it all the way around, tries to cycle it with Shu and Jacobson. Icebreakers get there before Jacobson can. They try to break it out. They're going to cut up, 2-on-1. Sophia Johnson all alone. Olinsky pinched. Missed that shot, comes in on Andert. Andert, unable to get it, goes up and over for a goal. 1-1. So 2-on-1. Andert thought she had it in her glove here. She put it down and ends up in the back of the net. It's a 1-1 game. 3:23. This thing's knotted at 1. It's been all selects all day. Smith, Springer, Elliott. That puck goes all the way in the zone. It's picked up by the Breakers. Smith's in there. Good step on the D-line. Smith has it on the wing boards. Tries to leave it for her defensive partner, Johnson. Misses it. Here comes the Breakers, right side. Sophia steps into that. Smith on the back check, able to pick that up. She has it. Tries to exit. Loses it in her feet. She's going to continue moving. As that comes in through the board, Smith has it in her skate as she tries to move it forward. It's going to be her and Springer. Stuck on the half boards. Girls are battling. Smith, Springer comes to Olinsky. Shot on by Olinsky. Oh, almost a nice tip opportunity. As that's picked up, it's Elliott. Elliott has it. Gets it back to Springer. Springer to the middle. Smith has it. One-timer by Smith. Misses. Comes back out for Springer. Up and over the net. Olinsky able to put that in. Behind the net. Here's Springer, gets a centering pass. Breaker able to intervene and get that down the ice. Should be a ice if it reaches, and it does. 2:17 left, knotted at 1 here. As the Breakers were able to answer. Face-off coming up, going to be to the right side of the Breakers goaltender. Adams and Johnson on the wing. Duncan at center, comes back. It's Reed, shot on. Goes kicked wide by the Breakers goaltender. That's picked up in the middle for a centering pass. He's flicked up over the stick, couldn't get enough of it. That's going to be picked up. Dogs able to pull an E-break, comes far side to Duncan. Duncan has that. Good pass by Duncan, reads it, comes all the way up. It's Johnson, she moves center, she has it all alone. Shot and a goal. Izzy Johnson puts that top shelf. Excellent pass there by Duncan. Johnson with speed coming left side, cuts center, and puts that up over the blocker. Not quite top shelf. Not where Grandma keeps the cookies, but pretty close. 2-1 selects. Great response here by the girls. Minute 10 after the Breakers score, Izzy Johnson answers it. 1:48 left here, far side, here to Adams, right side. She's going to carry it in. She's dumping that deep, chases on. Duncan's there on the forecheck. Nice job by Duncan, using the body to shield the puck. She's got all kinds of opponents on her. Shot on, in front, hits a pad of a Breaker, and that comes the other way. Breakers come up left side, 1:27. Good stick there. That was Dogs, able to reach that on a poke check as that goes deep. Offsides, still offsides, delayed offsides. Hit a Breaker on the way out. As Reed was trying to go for an indirect pass there, and it hits a Breaker. All the way back, Dogs coming 200 feet. She has it right side. She's going to carry, continue to carry. And she indeed does move 200 feet. Dogs behind the net, taking a look, reverses, looks for that centering pass. She had Kivell coming to the net there. Breakers were able to intercept that on the way. 50 seconds left. Comes off the half boards. It's Larson. Larson has it, backhands it in. Centering pass, oh, just off the stick there. Shot on, in front. Good skate there by Katzma. Gets it to her defensive partner, Rogers. Fumbles it on the blue line here. They're going to have to reset. Katzma has it. Chloe, indirect to Larson. Larson tries to move it to Jacobson. And stuck in a skate. Larson's able to move it forward on the half boards. Katzma steps in, tries to hold the zone, can't. 20 seconds. Jacobson back to Rogers. Regroup on the blue line. Rogers off on an indirect. Just missed Kivell breaking. Should be an ice. Face off coming up inside the breaker zone with 9 seconds. Just enough time to set it up. 2-1 selects. 9.2 seconds left here in the second. Jacobson at the dot. Larson on the right. Kibble on the left. Rogers and Katzma holding the blue. Andert's going to stay in net for this face-off play. Face-off, one back. Comes back to Rogers. Rogers has it. Shot on. Ooh, goes just wide. 3 seconds left. That's going to do it here as the Breakers dump that the distance. And that's the end of the second. Zamboni door is opening. That's going to do it for intermission. We appreciate you thus far. We'll be back in the third after a 20-minute reprieve. Back at it. Start of the third. Icebreakers out on the ice already, waiting for the selects. 2-0 here as we approach the start. How do we get here? First goal here by Colby Springer. Puts that in around the right pad of the goaltender for the Icebreakers. 1-0 on the power play. Then the Breakers scored, which then led to this play. Duncan on the backhand to Izzy Johnson. Cuts center and puts that up top blocker. 2-1. That's how we got there. As the selects are taking their time inside the locker room. Still not on the ice as the Breakers stretch it out. Refs are out here. "17 minutes up on the clock as we await buzzers sounding for the selects here. Back at it this afternoon, same location. I think it's a 3:30. I thought I'd check to make sure I'm accurate on the timing. It is indeed a 3:30 start against these Superior Icebreakers. And still no one coming from the locker room. Refs are now going into the selects locker room. Must not have heard the alarm in there. As we'll just continue to wait to get this started. Icebreakers all warmed up and ready. Select still not out of the locker room. Not sure what's going on. Breakers are having a good time out on the ice. Okay, I see a couple coaches coming out now for the selects, so here we go. Sierra Endert leading the team out on the ice as the girls get a few laps in here. Breakers are awaiting them. A couple quick laps here for the girls to get those legs back working. Sierra's going to stretch it out. As we get ready for that third period, selects up 2-1. Referee blowing the whistle. No hurry by either team there. Wasn't a super loud whistle either. Breakers and selects, last minutes, seconds rather, of instruction as we get ready for that third period to get underway. Breakers release from the huddle, waiting on the selects. Coach Bauer with last minute instructions. as they finally break the huddle as well, and we're about ready to get this third period underway. Andert's getting back to net. Chess pieces are picked. Johnson, Olinsky back on D. Jacobson, Larson, Springer on left wing. Face-off back to Johnson, goes to Olinsky. Olinsky misses the handle. She's back there in the corner. She'll battle on. Comes behind the net. Here's the breaker who's out front for a centering pass. Goes over the stick of a breaker and all the way out to the point side as that's going to go deep into the zone. Breakers try to move that center, and we got a penalty coming up. It's going to be on Jacobson. She came down, collapsed down on that center, and penalty kill upcoming for the Selects. Jacobson's going to go to the box. Smith and Duncan come out. Holding's the call. Face off outside of Andert. Right side. Smith and Duncan on the front side. Johnson, Olinsky stay on the back side. 2 minutes to burn off here as Jacobson 2 minutes for holding. Just waiting for that penalty to get up on the board. .16:30 left again in the third. Little problem there in the scoreboard there. Can't seem to get that 2 minutes up. There it is. Duncan squares in on the face-off. Face-off comes back to the breakers on the half boards, goes around. Sophia Johnson's got a release from the net. It's behind the net. Johnson gets it, moves it up the wall. Picked up by the breakers. They have it. They're going to try to center it. Nice job by Johnson. Gets a stick on it. As that's going to go deep in the corner. Comes out front, goes all the way through the crease. And that's sent the distance. Smith is hard on the forecheck. It's not going to be an ice. This is high school rules. Smith picks that up in the corner. She has it in the back, getting hooked. It's no call. Nice job. Cycles deep to Duncan. Duncan has it. Duncan was looking for Smith circling around. Just missed on that entry. Duncan hardened back. Smith stays back. High slot. Smith moves up. They get it off as the indirect on the boards. Duncan able to get through center with a stick. It's Smith. Smith off the boards. That goes deep. Good kill by Smith and Duncan. Their minutes out over, and we get fresh 4 on. It's Johnson on the front side with Kivel. Kivel offsides. Man, she was off to the races on that. Good interception. Just by a fraction of a few inches there, Kivel's able to intercept the pass. Wrong side of the blue line. 59 seconds left here to kill off on Jacobson. Johnson, Kivel, front side, back side's going to be Dogs with Reed. Face off, one comes to Kivel. Kivel has it, back to Reed. Reed puts it down deep. That's going to chew up some valuable power play time. Off the back of the net. Breaker's able to maintain that after it hits the back of the net. Reed picks that up, doesn't like it, sends it deep in. It's going to chew some clock as well. 35 seconds left here on the power play for the Breakers as they come up right side. Dogs steps into it. Rides it into the boards. Comes off into the corner. Comes in front. Good save there by Andert as that's put all the way back. Breakers are going to pick that up, and that's sent all the way into the zone. Back there is Reed as Breakers get a quick shot off. That goes off. Kivel tries to center that. Thought she had Johnson streaking as Dogs tries to send that hard off the glass. Kept in by the Breakers. Dogs is back on the back check. Reverses around behind the net. She's going to go off and rim it around. It's Kivel. Kivel, front side. Jacobson out of the box. Jacobson just missed that pass. She's going to try to get there. Comes in front. Oh, good save by the Breakers goaltender. As that gets put down the ice, Rogers picks that up. That's going to do it, by the way, on the kill. Nice job by the Selects. Starting the third period on the penalty kill and killing it off. Here's Rogers. Shot on. Good shot. Saved there by the Breakers goaltender. 13:58 left in the third. Selects up 2-1. Jacobson, Shue, and Adams right side of the Breaker goaltender. Face off, one on the side. Here's Bailey Shue. She has it, circles around, gives it to Rogers. Rogers shot on, nice sneaky shot there. Goes through a few legs and rims around. Nice hold on the line there by Katzma. Now to Shue. Shot on by Shue, saved by the Breakers goaltender. 13:46 left in the third. Face off, one on the side. Breakers able to get there. Poke checked out of the way by the Selects. Katzma gets caught inside. Here comes the Breakers left side. Come up ice. Good job by Andert saving that one. Good back check as well there defensively by Rogers to get under the stick, forcing that issue. Face off coming up right side of Andert. Larson comes out with Kobe Springer along with Johnson at center. Sophia Johnson, Olinsky back on D. Face-off comes to the Breakers. They try to step center, goes down in the back of Andert. It's going to be picked up, reverse around. Sophia to Izzy. Izzy to Olinsky. Olinsky off the glass. That's high stick by the Breakers. Apparently that was high stick by Wisconsin Selects, not the Breakers. I thought the Breakers stick got it. Either way, high stick comes all the way down here to the Selects end. Right side of Andert, same five. Izzy squares in there on the face-off. Olinsky back in the corner trying to move that around. That comes behind the net. Olinsky's going to pick it up. She's going to move it to Kobe, far corner. Kobe picks that up on the half boards, moves center. Larson just missed that exit pass. Got tangled up with a Breaker. Face off inside again, the Wisconsin Select zone in front of Andert on the right side. Sorry, left side now of Andert. Izzy Johnson again. Sophia and Olinsky. Sophia Johnson and Olinsky back on D. Face off one back, comes around. It's Olinsky. She has it, moves it off an indirect pass on the boards. Breakers pick that up. They go far stretch side. That's picked up by Kobe. Nice job. She's able to put that on net. That puck goes all the way around, and on the forecheck is Larson. Larson trying to cause problems on the corner as the Breakers put that off the wall. Olinsky picks that up, shot on. Save, Breakers, goaltender. 12:29 left here in the third, 2-1 Selects. It's been Selects all day on scoring chances. Scoreboard only reading 2-1. Duncan, Smith, Elliott. Smith's going to take the draw. Smith able to get that to Elliott. Elliott moved to center. Good hold, comes to Smith middle, tries to step. Breakers are able to get that. Good job by Dogs cutting that off center. Dogs has that. She goes far side. It's Duncan. Duncan has it. Moves it to Smith middle. Smith loses the handle. Dogs steps in. Bodies flying everywhere. Good defense here by Reed. Able to corner them out. Smith gets in there on a block. As that comes out, here's Reed. Reed up to Duncan. Duncan moves through the skates. Nice job by Duncan. She's got far side Elliott. Shot a goal by Reese Duncan. Take a look at that. Absolute laser glove side. Smith able to get that out of the zone, get it up to Duncan. Duncan with the shot. Good view there from the camera. Timely goal by Reese Duncan. Three to 1 Selects, trying to separate a little bit here as we continue on through the third period. Jacobson's going to center that. Gets it up. It's Eleanor Adams. Tries to poke check that forward. Just missed. Here's Jacobson. As that gets lost in the middle. Picked up. It's Jacobson. She moves it over to Adams. Adams right side. able to put that in the zone before offsides. Breakers on it, try to move indirect. Line change there by Dogs, timely as Rogers comes off, gets it over to Kibble. Kibble tries to move it between the legs, just misses. Starts to regroup with Rogers to Adams. Right on tape of Adams there by Rogers. Good pass. Adams, nice job, moves center. Still has it, tries to move it to Kibble. Loses it in the center, shot on. Loose in front, and Jacobson just misses wide as the Selects are pouring it on. Adams with a centering pass misses Jacobson in front as it was intercepted. Nice job by Katzma, shot on. Adams trying to get a tip in front. Kibble, nice job, sends that around, comes all the way, far corner. Katzma, good race there by Katzma. She wins it, holds the zone. Breakers, second opportunity to be able to leave far side. They're burning the end of a shift, though. Nice job by Rogers forcing that issue. Katzma picks it up behind Ambert. Katzma reverses, doesn't like the look, resets. She's got Larson far side. She's going to go off the boards to her. Larson able to run some interference in the meantime as the Breakers try to move that deep into the zone, and they're able to. Katzma all alone. She's got two on her. She rims that around. Nice plays. That's going to be picked up by Shu. Shu to center. Misses Johnson. Larson's going to pick that up. Moves it right back to Izzy. That's Larson to Izzy Johnson. Johnson back to Larson. Larson takes a hit. Moves back to the point, and that's sent deep into the zone. Rimmed all the way around to the half board. Sophia Johnson picks that up. Shot on. Save Breakers goaltender. 9:49 left. 3-1. Johnson, Larson, and Shu. Backsides Johnson and Olinsky. Izzy's going to square up. Face off one, comes back, it's Johnson. Shot on by Johnson is tipped and blocked by the Breakers. They're going to look to exit. They come up left side on Olinsky. They dump that deep. Andert handles that, gets a glove and a whistle. Face off upcoming inside the Select zone. .9:35 left. Johnson's going to square in. Comes back. Olinsky steps into it, loses the handle in the middle. Comes all the way up to the point side for the Breakers. They're going to try backdoor. Nice job by Sophia Johnson. Sticking that aside. Sophia comes out of the corner with it. She goes center. Here's Marley Larson. Larson, right side. Tries to wind around. Takes a look in front to Johnson. Just missed that. Izzy takes a tumble. Should be an ice on the Breakers as they send it the distance. Face-off coming up inside the Breakers zone. Smith, Elliott, Springer come out. Backside is going to be Reed with Dogs. Smith off the face-off. Can't get it back there. Springer's in there, though. She sends it down and around. Smith's going to try to win the race. She pokes it over. Elliott already released from the net. Elliott's over there far corner. That's rimmed all the way around. Smith is battling with a Breaker. Dog's able to hold the zone. Smith has it, moves it between the legs. Once, twice, able to get it deep. It's picked up by the Breakers as they try to exit on the zone. Nice stick there by Elliott. Does go all the way into the Select zone, though, off a deflection. Here's Dogs all alone, tries to move that forward. Circles back around, that's going to be picked up. It's Reed. Reed rims it to Springer. Springer, center. Smith couldn't get there. Tries to get a stick and just misses on that reach. Comes down and around. It's picked up. It's Dogs. Dogs has it left side. Kayla coming in. Scooch center, gets in front, shot on. Good save by the Breakers. Dogs is continuing on the battle there in back of the net. Nice backwards pass. Good shot in front by Springer. Excellent save by the Breaker goaltender, point blank. Jacobson and Elliott battling on the half boards. Jacobson tries to move it out. It's picked up. It's going to be Reed. Reed with the spinorama. Jacobson holding the zone. Comes out to Reed. Reed, blue line, far side. Adams. Adams tries to move it to Jacobson. Just misses on the pass. It's picked up by the Breakers. They move it up right side. Katzma coming off the bench. And that gets up in the netting. Face-off coming up inside the select zone. 7:29 left. Duncan out there with Jacobson and Adams. Face-off one back to the selects. Rogers picks that up. She rims that around far side. Adams trying to get out of the zone with it. Held up here as the breakers are coming in. They're going to try to center it. And they're able to, and that goes wide right. There's a defensive drop by the breakers there to get a centering pass. Roger is showing some speed from the back, looking to go 200. Stays on side. Duncan follows that up, comes back. Shu picks it up right on the blue line. Shu's going to carry that in, come around. Good toe save there by the breakers, goaltender. As Shu tried to move it to Jacobson, they just missed on that switch. Comes back to Rogers once, Rogers twice now, able to get that deep in the zone. Good athleticism there by Rogers to hold the zone a few times. Here's Shu on the end boards as a breaker try to move it up. Good defensive stance there by Duncan. It's held in the zone there by Sophia Johnson. She puts it deep in, races on. Shu is back there with a few defenders. Shu trying to walk from the corner. Can't quite get it, but she's able to maintain possession. Gets it up to Sophia. Sophia Johnson holding the puck, trying to give it to Shu here on the back end of the select zone. That's going to be sent the distance there by the breakers for an ice. Face-off coming up inside breaker zone. Looks like that goalie is fixing that pad again. She got it under control. Get the equipment back on. 6:01 left in the third. 3-1 selects. Izzy Johnson, Morgan Kibble, Marley Larson on the front side. Sophia Johnson, Annika Olinsky on the back. Face off one back. Johnson just out of her reach. It's going to come back. Olinsky's going to cover. She picks it up, slows it down, tries a far side stretch, comes off the boards. Izzy Johnson with speed. Breakers are able to get back there just in time. Johnson was motoring to try to get there. Good read here by Kibble. She's able to step inside that one. Couple selects player middle, try to find Johnson, just missed that centering pass. Sophia steps in from the back end as there's two breakers there, out of picture view. Comes all the way back. Olinsky going to play that D to D here to Johnson, hits the back of the net. Johnson tries to cut middle. Oh, breakers committing a penalty there, a little interference. Kibble on a break. Here's Kibble coming middle. Kibble, oh, she tried to stay wide as that's going to be put on net in front. Smith is in there, takes a two-handed chop to the head. Power play selects, though. Breakers with an interference call. Smith is going to go out there with Elliott. Timeout selects here, it looks like. I was wondering, we had three defensemen on the ice, so I was really confused on who was playing where. Timeout is called. Sophia Johnson came out to call the timeout as they're going to set it up. 3-1 selects. 5:06 left to play here in the third. Nice play by Sophia Johnson there, coming out of the half boards. Draws the power play as there was an interference call. Led to a great opportunity on the back end with Kibble. She had a breakaway, tried to stay far side there, does a nice job. Good toe save there by the breaker goaltender. 2-minute man advantage for the selects coming up. See Coach Bauer drawing on that whiteboard, trying to set it up. Whistle blows from the ref as they're trying to get these teams moving. They like to take their time out of a break. Buzzer sounded inside the score box, which will get it moving. Coming out here on the power play, it's going to be Kivel, Larson, Johnson. Dogs and Sophia Johnson on the backside. Face-off one. Breakers try to exit. Good hold by Sophia Johnson. Here comes Izzy in the middle. Johnson shot on, tipped, just wide there by Kivel. Dogs heavy on the pinch from the defensive side. Her and Johnson in there. Here's Sophia Johnson on the point. Starts it on the parachute, left flank side. It's Dogs down low. She'll hit Kivel. Kivel moves it. Front. Dogs. Shot. Goal. Great release there by Dogs. Nice job down low. Able to get that out front. Back to Dogs, and she makes no mistakes. Puts that high blocker. 4-1 power play goal. .441 left. 4-1 Selects. 2 power play goals for the Selects today. 2 for 2. 100%. Gotta like that. Face off one back. Comes the Dogs. She's going to try to play an indirect to Duncan. Duncan tries to move it forward. Can't quite get it out. And that comes back in the zone. Ander plays that with a paddle and gives it to her partner. As that comes up the sideboards to Duncan. Duncan trying to move that. Still battling in there. Finally comes to Jacobson. She's got a far side trailer. Gets a far side shot and a goal. Abby Elliott, take a look at the replay here. Real nice job. Duncan battling hard. Jacobson picks it up off the sideboards. Elliott does a great job streaking far side. Jacobson gets it there. Shot and a goal. 5-1. Ties have turned in a very quick matter of time. Real nice timeout by Coach Bauer there to get the girls centered to make sure that power play comes on the other side. Now they're pouring it on. Duncan with Jacobson, Elliott stay out. Backside, Katzma and Rogers as they chase it down. Power play to date for the Selects. 5 for 26, 19.2%. They're 2 for 2 today. That's going to look good on the numbers. As Rogers plays that into the corner, Jacobson tries to get it up and out. Duncan trying to move it as well. Breakers are able to get that in the zone. 3:36. It's picked up. It's Katzma. Over to Elliott. Elliott off the boards. Tries to send it center. Nice poke there by Jacobson. Great hustle. She's got it right side. Trailers Duncan. Jacobson to Duncan. Good stick there by the Breakers. Able to intercept that pass as they were coming center. Comes all the way out. It's Katzma. Katzma puts an indirect over to Duncan. Duncan picks it up. Duncan, right side, all alone. Tries to cut center. No one home. Picked up. It's Katzma. Nice move by Katzma. Shot. Absolute rocket from Katzma. Misses just high as the Breakers have that behind the net. Smith, hard on the forecheck. Able to force the issue behind the net. Second Breaker comes in. Now it's Kivel. Kivel's in there. Breakers have seen enough. They're going to send that the distance. They were saying no. Olinsky got alligator arms in the middle of the ice there. That's going to come up far side to Kivel. Goes up over her stick. That's going to be an ice. It's going to come in front of Andert. 2:37 left. 5-1 Selects. Smith, Kivel, Adams, backside. Johnson with Olinsky. Smith squares in on the center, gets it back. It's Adams. Adams goes off the boards, still has it. Off the boards again, but able to get a stick on it. Here's Smith. Look out. Smith coming up. She's got Kivel far side. Moves it to Kivel. Kivel back to Smith, and they just missed on that release. I think Kivel wanted a little more on that. A little poke check on her. Nice job there. Good setup. Smith's going to square in on the center. Kivel left side. Adams right. Johnson and Olinsky back on D. Adams left side. Tries to carry center. It's Kivel rather. Kivel has it. Tries to move off to Olinsky. They missed on the backwards pass. That's going to come all the way down. And they're going to have to set it up. It's Olinsky. She leaves it for Sophia Johnson. Sophia wasn't ready for it. She's going to circle, go D to Olinsky behind the net. Olinsky has it. She goes off the boards, trying to find Springer on the breakaway. Smith was up there on a forecheck. Comes to Olinsky. Olinsky stretch passes that far side. Is picked up. Bailey Shue. Bailey in, shot. Hits a block from a breaker. And second attempt almost got in from Shue. Just missed it. Smith losing edges out there left and right. Dives into the board. She's coming off. As the Breakers behind their own net looking to exit. They have it left side. Good read there by Dogs. Springer on the back check, able to pick that up. She's going to turn and burn with it. Shot on there by Springer. Goaltender makes a good save. Gets a whistle. 1:16 left here in the third. 5-1 Selects. Johnson centering Springer and Shue. Dogs and Reed back on D. Face off, one back, comes all the way to Dogs. Dogs has it, shot on. Hits a Select in front. Direct hit. They're going to try to exit the Breakers, that is, as Shue tries to turn it. Able to. Backhanded pass from Springer, just misses on the connection. 1 minute left to play here in the game. Selects up 4. Dogs moves D to D. Now up on the wing board. They try to center outlet. Just missed Johnson springing through center. Comes all the way over. Johnson able to get a piece of stick on it. As nice step here. It's Larson. She steps in. Shot. Save goaltender. Good read there by Marley Larson. Able to step in and get a shot on. Face-off coming up outside the Breaker zone. Or outside the Breaker goaltender, rather, left side. Duncan on the left. Jacobson. Right side's Larson. Rogers, Katzma back on D. Face-off 1-4. Duncan Adams trying to move it with a stick. Breaker's able to get possession. They're going to move it on the half boards and try to exit. Katzma, great hold. She puts a soft one in, rims it around, comes behind the net. Into the corner. All the way, Jacobson, half boards. Comes out, Katzma, nice job, holds the line. Larson picks it up, 13 seconds. She's going to come center. It's Larson, tries to stick it. Back door, gets off the post. It's still loose. Finally a whistle from a safety perspective. 5 seconds left. Girls laying all over the ice. Five seconds left in the game. Selects up 5-1. Face off, one back. Selects trying to get a shot. Jacobson hits a foot, and that's going to do it. 5-1 win here today for the Selects. Started slow, but ended the way the Selects had drawn it up. 2 power play goals. The difference maker here today. Back at it at 3:30. Same team. We appreciate you joining us today. Look forward to this afternoon's game.